All right, hey VC, how you doing? My name is Jamie. Thanks again for stopping by. And we've got another unboxing for you on this one. Excited again about this one. We are looking at another 50th anniversary, an album that was released in December 1968. We are talking about the Rolling Stones and Beggars Banquet. And this is the 50th anniversary release that's just arrived. So let's take a look inside. Rolling Stones Beggars Banquet. So unbox it here. And open it up for you here. And we'll take a look at what's inside. And for this, they've decided to go with the original cover, as you know, or quite often have seen the lovely toilet cover issue, but this was the original. The Rolling Stones had wanted the toilet seat cover, and it was used then in subsequent CD issues, but I guess because the Rolling Stones had wanted that cover, it had delayed initially the release of this album, but when it came out, it was initially with this cover. Beggars Banquet, RSVP, Rolling Stones. Okay, and this is a reissue, a 50th anniversary reissue. No hype sticker or anything like that on there, but it says Anniversary Edition. Original Beggars Banquet gatefold jacket with 12-inch LP remastered on 180-gram vinyl. Sympathy for the Devil 12-inch original mono mix with etched back. And bonus flexi disc. Hello, this is Mick Jagger. London to Tokyo, April 17th. 1968 interview. So that's actually all printed there on the back. And as you can see, the amazing song list, the track listing on this one. And this was the last album released during Brian Jones' lifetime. He was featured on a few tracks on the next album, but that was released after his death, the next album being Let It Bleed. But this was the last album released during his lifetime. Alright, so let's take a look inside and see what we've got. And I think in terms of when this was released, December 1968, so this would have marked the 7th British release, and then that would have been the 9th North American release, as we've certainly talked about the different configurations with regards to albums being released in North America as opposed to the UK, where they put tracks on some albums and then they take tracks off and then put the tracks on other albums. So yeah, this was, I believe, the 7th British release, but the 9th North American release. Oh, okay, so it's got like a slip. Oh, I didn't think that was a slip cover. Almost slipped right out of my hands. So this is done as a slip cover, and there inside you have the intended cover. Of course, this would, as I mentioned, would show up on the CD issues. And there you have it. So yeah, this is done as like a slipcover. Very nice. Okay, so there you have the back. We'll just kind of cover that up there. There you have the back and the front. And then yes, the amazing photo there. I think that would have been quite the photo session for sure. Alright. And let's take a look and see what we got here. So it looks like in the first one we have the album. And nice to see that it's shown on the London label there. And this album has certainly been noted as a real sort of coming of age, or where the Rolling Stones really came into their own when you kick it off with Sympathy for the Devil, No Expectations, Dear Doctor, Parachute Woman, Jigsaw Puzzle, and then side 2 you've got Street Fightin' Man, Prodigal Son, Stray Cat Blues, Factory Girl, and Salt of the Earth. From start to finish, it's a very solid album for sure. Okay, so that's what's in the first. This one there, and then we've got, let's see what's on the second one here. Okay, so here you have Sympathy for the Devil mono mix, and they've got it as on the Decca label. As we mentioned, it is a one-sided one, but then they've got that sort of, so they've got the cover. I don't know if you'll be able to see it properly. It's, yeah, this may not show. I'll have to kind of play with it. Yeah, it's just reflecting everything in the back. don't think you'll be able to properly see it, which is too bad. It is kind of neat, but I don't know if I can just catch it in the right light or not. It doesn't appear to be. So sorry about that. I don't think you'll be able to see that very properly. Just too bad. Maybe a little bit there. I don't know. There you go. Maybe a little bit there. Yeah, so you can kind of see it just a little bit there. Sorry about that. There we go. Yeah, not too bad, but that's kind of cool. And apparently there is a flexi disc, but I'll have to. Oh, it is inside here. Wow, and yeah, you don't see flexi discs too much. So these were the flexi discs were the kind of the almost disposable kind of discs. You would often get interviews like they have included, or something that would be. I remember flexi discs when they came in like cereal boxes as promotions. So this actually comes in a nice little cover, which is quite a surprise. And so inside, a flexi disc, and I remember how often they'd write up on the spindle, or just these weren't the greatest of things, but they are certainly unique. So yeah, that would be one-sided. So there you have an authentic flexi disc, often used again promotionally. So they would send this out either to radio stations or promotional things, as I said, with cereal boxes or whatever. But there you go. So that contains an interview. I didn't think they put that in a nice little case there with a. Boy, they put with even with an outer sleeve as well. Boy, they took a lot of time to care for the flexi disc in this one. So that is interesting. But gosh, what an iconic album, though, an absolute. Can you call it a masterpiece? But yeah, I mean, it's such a great album. But certainly the Rolling Stones during this period, and after this, then when Mick Taylor came into the fold, just releasing great album after great album. But absolutely wonderful. So I'll be enjoying listening to that. But yeah, with the slipcase here, Rolling Stones, Beggars Banquet. And there you go. All right, and I do have one other Rolling Stones item for you. This just came out. This is the Rolling Stones. I opted for the DVD CD version of this, and this is the Rolling Stones Voodoo Lounge Uncut, which has just come out, and it says uncut, restored, and remastered. Includes 10 never-before-seen performances plus 5 bonus tracks from New Jersey. There you go. And interesting story behind this. This was the one and only time I have seen the Rolling Stones in concert. This was from 1984. I wasn't at this concert, but I caught the tour when they were in Toronto at the CNE, and they had the Stone Temple Pilots opening for them. This was in August 1994, and they put on a great show. The thing was, it was just light raining through almost the entire set. I think for the Stone Temple Pilots it wasn't raining, but by the time the Stones came on, it was just it wasn't a heavy rain, but it was just enough to, kind of dampen things, shall we say. But the Rolling Stones still put on a full show, and much to his credit, Mick Jagger, still a full performance when you know how much Mick Jagger runs around the stage. And this was a huge outdoor concert at the CNE, certainly with the long platforms where he would run out. Even despite the rain continuing, which would have made things very slippery, Mick Jagger still running around, still doing the whole show, full energy, non-stop right to the end. But I do remember with Keith Richards that came out singing a couple of songs, and he puts the guitar over his head like this just to try to stop the rain for a moment. But all in all, a great concert, and boy, looking back, amazing Stone Temple Pilots opening for them. Okay, so let's see if we can crack this open, and yeah, maybe take a quick look inside and see what we've got. So this is I opted for the DVD CD compilation because unfortunately I don't have easy access to a Blu-ray, but certainly on my computer I have DVD hooked up to it. So some unusual packaging, because they have this and then they've got this stuck on top. I don't know if that was a manufacturing error or whatnot, but yeah, so for me, this brings back, and Voodoo Lounge I thought was a pretty good album overall. I know they had wanted to kind of explore different rhythms initially with the album, but then Don Was, the producer, wanted a rockin' kind of album, which is how it kind of turned out. And interesting, I believe this was the first album after Bill Wyman had left, and then Darryl Jones playing bass. So again, the classic Voodoo Lounge look opens up like that. And then everything's popped in like that. And that was the lips and tongue remember seeing that on the big screen behind the band there. All right, let's take a look and see what we've got inside. Quick look at the booklet. It's kind of snuck in there. Okay, and we'll see what's inside. And at least you're giving, this is an Eagle Rock, again, presentation. It looks like, yeah, lots of photos. There you have Daryl Jones there, I believe. And there you go. And this apparently also has the Whoopi Goldberg introduction where she introduces the band. She wasn't at the CNE concert. There you go. All right, well, that's going to wrap it up for this one. Thanks so much for stopping by, and I hope you enjoyed the unboxing, and we'll chat again real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.